and then I'm back to checking my valve clearances, which I had a problem with, and that's why another reason why I took it apart. I got fucking not the right ones. You're supposed to have like 19 and 23 or something like that. That's like the midpoint between 1 and point 22 on the intake, and between 21 and 25, which is, the average is 23. This is what I was getting. That intake one right there was really tight, and my exhaust ones were still not. That one's the best one, but still not within the spec that it's supposed to be. So I got the shim remover. I ordered it, so I'm gonna remove them, see what numbers they are, if it was like a 250 or 275 or whatever is underneath them. And I gotta do some calculations and then figure out which ones I really need to get these back up. But I'm thinking after I took it apart and put it back together, maybe these will measure differently again, because I took it apart and put it back together and a few of them moved. I thought maybe I torqued them better this time, not quite so tight, but I'm gonna try it again and see what I get. So I did the clearance check with my feeler gauges again, and I don't have like anything between. I don't have like 0.14. I've only got 0.13 and 0.15, so there's no like in between, or like slight. There's no in between 0.08 and 1, but whatever. So my old numbers were these ones, the ones I scratched out. So like for example, number 1 went from 0.1 to 0.3 back to 0.1. That's not too much of a difference, but that's what happens if you take them off and tighten the cams back down again. I started over from step 18 or 18 through 22 or whatever and just did it all over again, the whole installation. I didn't actually physically remove them, but I did completely loosen up take off all the nuts and up the cams and put them back on again. So this is what happens when this is how much variance you get. So I had 0.1, I got 0.1 again, I had 0.1, now I got 0.08. On 3 I had 0.13, and now I got 0.1 on the intake. The only one that's in spec now, which is miraculous, which is the one that was almost close enough to being in. I thought this one was going to be better, but the exhaust, that one's in spec now. And I think they actually tell you that maybe you'll change it again. No, that one's fine. Yeah, so that one right there is good. That's the only one I don't have to change. And like this one right here got even tighter, only by that much, exactly that much. And the exhaust went from 15 to 18 to 0.13. This is crazy. This is weird, but I guess, that's why you've got this median tolerance that you're looking for. That's why you don't want the minimum tolerance. You want, right in the middle. So technically this one right here might need to be tightened up, but I can't move it, 0.01 to make it 19 like it says it, oh no, that's the exhaust. So 20 is supposed to be 23. I can't make it 23. I can only bump it up to 25, which would get it almost too close to being out there. So I guess it's minimally, yeah, it is out. I probably do need to still adjust that one. I gotta lower it. I gotta decrease it by probably 1 size. So I'm gonna have to change all of these. These are gonna have to be like 3 sizes down, I think. I'm not really using my brain right now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to take them all out one at a time once I get the pad remover, and figure out what numbers they are, and then think about what the numbers need to be, and then take them all out one at a time, put them back in, figure it out, and then order the right ones, ask for the right ones, because a buddy Grant on the forum is gonna hook me up with some. I'm gonna have to make a deal with them and be like, alright, I'll give you some money, but I gotta get the new ones first so I can put them in, and then I'll give you the old ones. Hopefully it doesn't fucking change again. Son of a bitch, this shit's crazy. Alright. Okay, so I took a look at what my clearances were. That light doesn't work. And I decided this one's got to go down 2, down 2, down 2. That one's got to go down 3. That one technically should go down 3, maybe 2. I don't know why I thought 2 for that one. And that one should only go down 1. They all got to go down. But one of the guys on the forum, which what I was saying is, oh, I should have just taken out the damn pads while I had them apart. I knew as soon as I put it back together, I was like, fuck, why didn't I do that? I should have just measured them in the first place. He says for the time it's worth for me to put that tool in to take them all out and check them all one at a time, I'd probably take over an hour just doing that. And it'd take me like, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe to take this back apart again, and another 30 minutes to get it back in. I'm just gonna take it apart again, and I'm gonna measure all the pads and just see what they are. And he said clean out the buckets too, which I didn't do, but I didn't get them very dirty. But I'm gonna do that too, and I'll measure them again. And we'll see if they change again. That would be weird. This is an adventure, I swear. I'm learning, but you know, I don't mind taking things apart and figuring it out. I got all the time in the world. Winter's another 3 months, I think. It's December 3rd. We'll see how long it takes. So yeah. So it took me all of like maybe 10 minutes to remove the cams, and I got the pad buckets out, and just to show the there's like a little, you can barely see sometimes a little crack in there. Best way I found to get these suckers out, X-Acto blade right in there, then it pops right out. Then you can read underneath it 290. I'm gonna clean these off when I put them back in the next time. That is my exhaust. I'm gonna write it down. 290. Okay, so keep them covered up, keep them clean, keep them safe. That was the last one. Now I've got measurements for exactly what I need, and I can see I could swap a few of these out. Like I could put 2 into exhaust, 2 intake into 4 exhaust. That would fix that. And intake into the exhaust over there. But I'm gonna need to get, you know, a 70, a 270 for that one, and a 275 for that one. That one's gonna need to be a 280. There's probably another 280 in here I can get. No, that was only 280. I'm gonna do some what would that be, like a, what could I equate this to? Like a word finder, but in this case it's a number finder. The best combination of moving them around, so that way I'm not just buying new shims or swapping out shims when I obviously could just move them around. So I'm going to think about this a little more and I'll get back to you. Okay, I did the calculations, and basically I can only do 2 swaps before I have to go and get new shims. I can move the 280 to replace the 285. I can take out that 285 and put it to replace the 295. That means I'm going to have left over an 85, 295, an 85, a 90, and a 90. And I'm going to have to get a 75, a 70, another 75, and another 80, and another 80, and another 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. I'll count them all later just to make sure I got the right amounts left over, the ones that I'm ordering. But I'm going to check online because there was an eBay auction for a bunch of them, and I think they had numbers like this in there. And if I can get those to work, maybe I'll just get those, because then they'll be here soon, and then I can just leave these out, and I can pop them in and not even have to use the tool. So we'll take a look at that. Okay, so in the interest of time, and shipping things around, and being able to maybe change these things if I have to later. One guy happens to have 4 of the ones that I want. 270, two 275s, and a 280. That means that I just need one more 280 and a 275. And I can get each of those for $8 a piece with free shipping. These are $30. And I'm thinking those might come in handy someday. And that extra 285, which I'm going to have lots of 285s, and a 290 and a 295, two 290s and 295, might come in handy. I mean, because, you know, I'm going to be trading this other guy. I mean, I could do it for free just for the shipping. You know, I appreciate the offer, you know, from Grant. But I think I'm going to like having shims sitting around, considering I'm probably going to be working on motorcycles for the rest of my life. I'm not going to buy a whole kit because that's like $150. And I'd probably run out of certain ones anyway. So I'm going to do it and order these. And by the end of the week, I'll be able to shove them in there. And hopefully this time, all my other parts will show up, like the exhaust studs, and that's the only other thing I was really waiting for. I don't even need them to start the bike because I was just going to shove a bolt in to hold on the exhaust because I took 2 of them out. But I got a seat coming, and what else did I get? I don't know. I got some ideas. I'm going to turn it into a tracker, and it's going to be fucking sweet. So catch you next time.